Hi guys, this is Mrs. Parrish. Today we're going to be reviewing how to calculate speed. We're going to look at the difference between speed, velocity, and acceleration. And finally we're going to look at some motion graphs, which are basically distance time graphs, and figure out how to read them. So first of all, speed is distance divided by time. At this point, everybody's calculated speed at some point in the labs that we've done, so this should be pretty straightforward. Alright, so here's your practice problem. What is the speed of a car that travels 100 meters in 10 seconds? So your speed is distance divided by time, your distance 100 meters, your time is 10 seconds. So your speed is going to be 100 meters divided by 10 seconds. So your answer is going to be 10 meters per second. So sometimes though, you don't necessarily need to find speed. Sometimes you need to find distance, sometimes you need to find time. So here's a little shortcut to help you do that. This is called our speed, our magic triangle. If you're good with manipulating formulas, you may not necessarily have to use this, but this is kind of just a quick way to figure out what you're solving for and what you need. So of course you're starting out with your speed is equal to distance divided by time. And then you have your distance. If you're looking for distance, all you're going to do is you're going to cover up the one that you're looking for. The S and the T are side by side. That is multiplication. So if you're looking for distance, you multiply speed times time. And then if you're looking for time, time is on the bottom. The distance and speed are one's over the other. That's division. So if you're looking for time, it's distance divided by speed. So over the course of the next few days or so, we're going to be doing some practice problems. So you might want to write this down in your notebook to kind of help you out on how to solve those problems. So far we know that speed is the distance that an object travels over time. So what about velocity? Velocity is speed in a given direction. So it could be any speed that you have, but it tells you what direction it's going, north, south, east, west, to grandmother's house, to the store. Those are all velocities. And the last one we're going to look at here is acceleration. Acceleration is when an object is either speeding up, slowing down, or changing direction. So if it's turning, if it's going in a circle, you have acceleration happening. You can be speeding up, going faster, you could be slowing down, or any time that you make a directional change, you are experiencing acceleration. And finally, we're going to be looking at distance time graphs, or what we call motion graphs. And this looks kind of messy here. There's a lot of stuff on here, but we're going to look at one thing at a time. First of all, let's look at the red line. This red line is a straight line, if you'll notice. It's very straight, and it's going up at a very steep slope. And what that means is that it's a constant rate, and it's going very fast. Okay? Unlike this one right here, the blue one, it's also at a constant speed because it's a straight line, but it's going at a medium speed because the slope is not quite as steep. Here, the second one you have on that blue line is flat. It has gone a distance away, but it hasn't gone any further and it hasn't gotten any closer to where you started. So therefore, we know that that is stopping. So there is no motion happening there. And then lastly, on this blue line, you have it going in reverse. So it's getting closer to the zero line. It's also at a constant speed, traveling at a medium speed. The last line we have is this curved line that goes up, and that's showing acceleration. That means that it's getting faster. If the line was curving down like this, it would show slowing down. Okay, so these are the things that you need to know about a motion graph. You'll see these things, and they're going to ask you about slope. So if you see a steep slope like this, you're going to know it's going fast. If you see something that's not quite so steep, it's kind of a gentle slope, you know that it's going at a medium speed. And finally, a flat line means that there is no motion, that it is stopped. Make sure that you include this graph in your notes. This is very important because you need this information for later on. Alright, so that's pretty much all the information that I have for you today. It's very simple, but it's information that you got to have be able to do those calculations later on. See you next time, guys.